Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to SimSational TV. I tell you what, you are installed for a cracking round of racing tonight. We've got the Wednesday Cup from AK Racing in the Aussie race cars, as you can see on your screen. 137 brake horsepower, 114 Newton meters in a tiny little frame of 615. That's including the driver. Tell you what, there's a few drivers out on the track tonight that might just add a little bit, few more kegs to that total number. I'll tell you what, my name is Chris Munro. As always, joined with me in the studio by the man, the myth, the legend in the Ferrari T-shirt there. He'll be cheering high after the weekend's efforts. Zach O'Reilly, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate, and it's good to see you here in the commentary box. Good to see all of our viewers out here in YouTube land as well tonight. And we are in Japan. And I'll tell you what, the amount of sushi I've eaten, I reckon I could just hop into the ocean right now, Chris, and swim for about 400 miles without taking a breath. I've turned into one because the catering here has been SimSational by all the locals. And it's a cracking event, once again, Wednesday night in Japan at Tsukuba, which is a genuine contender for one of the most exciting but shorter circuits in the world, that's for sure.
Yeah, short and sweet and guaranteed for some action, that is for sure. We without further ado, we're a little bit behind on the schedule tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to get cracking with a bit of standings action from last week. This is halfway through the season, ladies and gentlemen. After round 3, the top 10 driver standings in the Wednesday Cup as follows. Alex McEwen out on top with a 427 points. That's about 50-point gap there to Matthias Fowson. That's a huge gap in Wednesday Cup, Zach O'Reilly. That's going to be taking some effort to bring that big fish back to the boat. I'll give you the hot tip. Matthias Fowson there in 377. Jake Buttigieg up there in the top 3. Good driving from him overall so far this season, doing 355. Clayton Pine on 352. Nick Mull 350. This is where it gets tight, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, from 3rd down to 6th even. There's not even 10 points in it. Matt Munro, top 6 with a 346, Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, look out, because Jason McFadden, Fabian Fitness, Lucas Ataya, and then our champion for the last 3 seasons in a row, Nick Mallow, are all in the bottom half of that top 10. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys can bring to the table. And it's already question time in the chat. How many races in each cup? Well, it's every Wednesday, and we got 3 races per night, 6 rounds on the calendar. So that's how it goes there, Gearhead. But what a time to be alive, I reckon. It is absolutely teeming down with spectators here at Tsukuba as well. And Ultra Tune sponsored perfectly there for the old Chevrolet, just making sure the green goes with the red there. Awesome stuff to see. But we are about to get started here for qualifying. It's coming our way very, very shortly, Christopher Munro. I'm going to get a prediction in earlier. I reckon the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Munro, is going to take pole position and the better of your halves in the Munro bloodline.
He would be absolutely cheering with that. Don't you worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to find out all these questions very shortly once we get down to qualifying. But I think it's about time we took a look at tonight's racing. Oh, hey, gozaimasu here from the land of the rising sun, Tsukuba Circuit. 12 turns, only 2 kilometres in length, diving into turn 1. Be careful to leave room, because I tell you what, they'll be diving up the inside like the AI just did there. Through turn 2, 3 and 4, flat to the floor. Trying to get your car in the correct position here for a nice little banked left-hand turn there. Very easy to get wrong, but very satisfying when you get it right. Dip it into turn 7. It's all about getting the platform of the car and the weight transition perfect there, and again through turn 8, through turn 9, and trying to just break in a straight line here for turn 10, and a little exit turn on 11 there, flat to the floor, trying to get the most momentum possible to set up an overtake for perhaps one of the only little spots on the course to overtake down into turn 12. We'll get a look at it. It's a big parabolica style turn here, Japanese style. Turn 12 here at Tsukuba is an absolute beauty. You can run it pretty wide as well. This is round 4, ladies and gentlemen, of the Wednesday Cup. 8 minutes qualifying coming at you very shortly. Race 1 is 15 minutes. Race 2, 16 minutes. As always, the top 10 reverse grid. Race 3, 17 minutes. Top 12, get a start there, ladies and gents. The practice primo, once again, Fabian Fitness with a 1 minute dead point 3. He's been going great guns during the week, Zach O'Reilly. I tell you what, he was quick last week and he's quick again this week, but can he convert that to points?
If he gets a clean start, he's in the hot seat, that's for sure. And he'll be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, knowing that the championship is in the balance too. But with everyone else behind him, it's going to be dicey. You said turn 12 there. Viewers at home, turn 12 and turn 1 are definitely places to go. And if you want to send it Express Post, Australia Post style, you can definitely go into turn 4 as well, which is a banked left-hander there that you saw. That is also super wide. A couple of different lines you can take through there too. So it's anyone's bet. And we see the cars now on track circulating just beautifully here, getting the last minutes of practice in before qualifying. And they're looking pretty damn good there at the moment. That you can see what they're trying to do. They've got a couple of different lines coming into corners. One there, for example, for Fabian, using every millimetre of the track there, using every bit of painted line left on the circuit. And then he rounds the final turn just onto the AstroTurf and just gets into the purple there too. So he's on for a fly tonight. It's going to be good. I cannot wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a second covers the top 11 at the moment. That gives you an idea of how tight the racing is, ladies and gentlemen. So I think without further ado, we go down trackside and we take a look at a few of these drivers now, and we get ready, we get organised for a qualifying session, a quick fire one at that 8 minutes coming at you fast. I tell you what, on a tight little circuit like this, there's about 20 odd cars in the grid at the moment, 23 to be exact. It's going to be tight to get a little bit of real estate, I suppose, a little bit of track all to yourself. As you can see, Fabian Fitness now bump drafting whoever that is in front, pushing him off the track almost as well. Gee whiz, the man from New Zealand is here to party tonight. Don't get in his way, ladies and gents. He means business.
Yeah, he does, and I'll tell you what, he's got business behind him too. Have a look at the times there as well in the practice session. We've only got not even a tenth and a half between first to fifth, and that is close as you want to get 55 odd seconds. Is a lap record around here too. So these guys circulating in the 1 minute, it's not far off that with these little legends racing around. It's awesome to see these all racing cars overseas and abroad, loving every moment. And the Cranium Cam 2 is on tonight, ladies and gents. Get your chat into the request side of things on the Cranium Cam channel, and we will ride on board F1 TV PRO style, and you will see all the action as the racing unfolds. So no other better place to be to watch your favourite driver on track and circulate around this very tight and quick Tsukuba circuit. It's going to be interesting, and qualifying is not too far off, Chris. It's going to be one of those rate of attrition things, 8 minutes, as you said, which will equate to exactly 7 hot laps around here. If you get some clean traffic, you've got a fair bit of time to make up any amends that you've just forgotten about an absolute millisecond beforehand in the practice server. But again, when it comes to racetracks and the Assetto Corsa, the weather conditions can change per session, and the track might be a little bit different. So will we see a 1 minute 3 as we saw for Fabian, or are we going to see anything quicker or a little bit slower just as the timer ticks down for qualifying? Going to be interesting.
Well, I think it all comes down to luck on track and maybe a bit of awareness as well from these drivers, trying to eke themselves out a little bit of free real estate, a bit of clean air in front of them. I think that will be the I guess the telling tale of who gets pole position here tonight. There's only 11 hundredths between him and Matthias Falzon at the moment, and look at Nick Mello just clipping at their heels as well. I'll tell you what, I think it's time to click this server over to qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So you know the drill. At home, get your drinks together, get your nibblies, get your breakfast cereal, depending on where you're watching from in the world. And it's time to, I think it's time to click this over and get some qualifying happening. What do you think about that, Zach O'Reilly?
No better time to get it sorted, ladies and gentlemen. Go do what Chris Munro said, and also don't forget too that you get your favourite T-shirt on, get your favourite dressing gown on, get comfortable, because we're in for a good one here. This is quick fire, 15 minutes every time. This is going to be SimSational, and we will bring you qualifying here at SimSational TV live from Tsukuba Circuit here at the Wednesday Cup in just a few momentos.
With me,
We are back on track, boys and girls. We're about 30 seconds from the green light being shown to these drivers here in the pit lane. It's going to be tight. It always happens here with these tight little circuits and plenty of cars out there on the grid. Don't mind the size of these cars. They punch above their weight. When it comes down to it, when the qualifying red mist descends in front of the eyes of these drivers, it's going to get spicy. It's going to be close. I'm tipping less than a second between the top 16. That's my prediction, Zach O'Reilly.
Oh, that's a good one, and they're off, as we've just seen now. They are ready to rock and roll. They're second between the top 16.
Falzon up the inside.
That was Falzon. It just went straight away, bang, and you got no collisions until you actually dissipate out of the inside of one another once you get out of the pits, and Falzon's just gone bang.
Very cheeky.
Very, very cheeky, as you said, Chris. But we call him the Greek god, but he tells us a Maltese, so we'll just call him the Maltese Marvel from now on in Falzon. He's out in front. He's going to sprint away and get that beautiful, clean air in front of him and make sure he can get all of these 8 or so laps that they're going to get around here at Tsukuba in and make sure they are the best of the best for him too. Going back down the field, though, it is hairy at the moment too between all these drivers. They're all fighting for clean air. Bit of swerving, as we can see. And look at all those Aussie racing cars just sitting right behind them, looking to get some sort of tyre temp in and not cut the guy off in front of them there. We can all see them stream into turn 12 there. Looking very, very nice. And basically at this point in time, it is game on. It's all over already. Falzon's on his first flyer at the moment. Fitness has gone to the top there for his opening lap, so he was on a wriggle on there too, that's for sure. And now we're looking at Falzon's on board. We'll go around here. We're at turn 3. Dice it in here to into turn 4, and then turn 5 coming up. Shallow entry here for Falzon too. Look at that. Hugs the inside line. The chopper cam will give us some observation there, but also will the bonnet cam. Turn 6. Very, very tight to get right. If you don't get that right, you'll understeer off into the grass there. Falzon's navigated that beautifully. Just uses all the exit curve there that he possibly can. Brake heavily into the right-hand hairpin onto the back straight where all of the suckage is going to be tonight. If you can get a beautiful run on there, that's going to be something to behold. And Falzon's on a lap here at the moment. Looks very, very good. What can he do here? He's only got one more corner to navigate here to round the 1 minute or so lap here at Tsukuba. Hugs the inside line. Watch that for tonight. You'll see many multiple lines coming in. He's on the power. Got that rear end squatted in. What will this bring for Falzon as he crosses the line? A 1 minute 0.6. Wow, we're only 2.5 tenths off, and he's been done already by Nick Mello there too, only by 1300ths of a second, if you don't mind. Fabian Fitness is only 1.5 tenths behind that, and the pine cones come out of nowhere and just said, thank you. This is already happening, Christopher.
Fantastic start from all these guys, as you can see. Very tight indeed. Tight as a big lady's sock. We're going to say that early here in the night. Only 7:13 p.m. here in Queensland. So let's get this show under road. Dean Verrill, we're riding on board for the Rangiart team, and he's got lots of traffic. Geez, he almost got balked there as well. I don't know who that was. Just getting off the racing line at the very last minute, probably putting a bit of a brown stain in the back of Dean Verrill's pants. Coming down into turn 10 now as well. Geez, this lap is quick and over before you blink. They're already down to the back straight, and he's going to get a little bit of a suck here off, I think that's Nick Mole in front of him, the underground mammal, giving him all sorts of slipstream down the back. That's going to give him probably probably 2.5 tenths. I'm tipping here at Tsukuba Circuit. It's the longest straight on the track, but short by other track standards. He goes across the line for an improvement, a 1 minute 7. Not bad from Dean Verrill.
Not bad at all, and it's a 1.5 tenths advantage to Matthias Falzon at the moment. That is just horrible tongue twisting for me. The Malaysian Marvel is not on track. I nearly called him that. It is the Maltese Marvel himself in front by 1.5 tenths over Nick Mello. These guys are not messing around. There is only 3 tenths of a second between first to seventh, ladies and gentlemen. That is a blink and a half of an eye as they cross the line. I'll tell you what, that is nothing in it here, that's for sure. They are definitely hounding every single corner they can possibly get on board. Falzon is way down on his lap, so he's about to abort and try one more time, Daft Punk style. Nick Mello is also on a lap here too. We've got about 3 minutes and a bit left in this session. They're all rounding the bank circuit at the moment here for the final turn. Is Nick Mello off into the AstroTurf he goes. Wowee, that's track limits if you've ever seen it. No PB at the moment for Nick Mello. We'll be riding on board with him tonight, I can guarantee you, as we see a errant car off there in the bunda too. Matt Munro, however, my qualifying tip here is definitely not delivering the chocolates at the moment, Matt. Get your bum into gear, my old son, and get up there. In 5th place at the moment, only 2.5 tenths.
Oh, he's gone purple.
Doesn't have to find up, and he's gone purple. 2 tenths of a second up at the moment, so this is going to be neck and neck here. He's on for 1 minute and a half at this point in time. Can he keep it together? There's lap traffic in front of him here, not giving him an inch. He's not going to get a draft down the straightaway as well. He's 2.6 tenths up at the moment. Wow, this could be interesting here for Matt Munro. What can he do? Nearly 3 tenths here at the moment. Rounds the final turn here at Tsukuba. Just loses a bit on entry, but he's gained it here mid-corner.
Yes.
3 and a bit tenths up. This is on. Chris is shouting on his brother, and he's lost it on the rear, and he's absolutely stuffed it royally. That is absolutely Mac trucked into the bunda. Off goes Matt Munro, and he had the opportunity of a lifetime, and Fabian Fitness has taken it off Matthias Felsen there by 4 thousandths of a second.
Gee whiz, it was all over bar the shouting for pole position. Matty Munro was up by about 2 tenths on the pole time of Matthias Felsen at the time, but then Fabian Fitness comes along and goes, thank you, I'll take it, by 4 thousandths of a second. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the smallest gap we've seen. I don't even think it is. We've seen some small gaps here at the Wednesday Cup, and we're not even going to make that joke either, because it's far too early in the evening for that. Look at the gap between the top 3. But Nick Mello's just joined him there with a 5.19. There's 5.18 in front of him for Falzon, and he's on a purple lap. We're going to ride with him, actually. He's up. He's about to go on pole here if he puts it across the line. That's bang! Bang! There's 2 tenths for Falzon. Yeehaw! He'll be cheering home that time, and the Falzon household will be absolutely partying with that time.
He's got 2 more laps to go here too. He's got 1 minute 44, so he's got this lap to make some time up, and then maybe go for another flyer at the end of it if he can keep it together. He just loses it a bit there, but Fabian Fitness is going to have to get on the growl at the moment, that's for sure, because it is now only 5 thousandths of a second between Fitness and Mallow there for 2nd and 3rd. Alex McEwen, however, is looking very sharp, not on pace at the moment, just trying to navigate as well. He's dead set on his own PB at this point in time. Wow. This is incredible stuff here. We've got 3 tenths between 1st to 6th. Not even half a second between 1st and 9th. That is incredible stuff here from all of them. Alex has just stuffed it up and completely rooted that lap, so he's out. Buttigieg, however, is doing his best. He's getting more and more consistent. The more this guy drives, he's on at the moment. He's purple in the 1st sector, but he's down here on his overall delta, so he knows where he can find some time. And I said, look at all those different lines there, Chris. That's the way you can do it, but it's not going to gain you any time. Oversteer on exit, that's not going to give him the position he wants to at the moment. And Pinecone just gone straight into 4th place. Thank you very much, Mother, for the rabbits, he says. And it's all happening down the back there too in the top 13. Fergo and Postlethwaite having a good tussle there between those two. Not even 0.08 of a second between them either. But it's all happening here in the top 9. Wowee. There is not a tenth between anyone in the top 9 between positions.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We knew it was going to be tight, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on to your hats. Once these cars start racing, once the green light goes, this is going to be absolutely unbelievable. But Gary Postlethwaite, not as on fire as he was last week. He had an absolutely cracking showing last time around at Macau, as you can see, just all sorts of sideways and twisted up through turn 1 and 2. It's not ideal. It's not the fastest way around in these cars, that's for sure. But the qualifying time has ticked down to 0. Who is on a hot lap?
Your brother.
Hard to tell. Let's go. Let's find him. Where is he here? Matt Munro. He's purple in the 1st sector. Let's see if he can put it together. Ladies and gentlemen, coming down to turn 11 and 12 now. The big, long, sweeping 12. He's just got to keep it together, but he's lost a couple of tenths there on that turn. He will improve, but it's not going to be enough to get him on pole. That'll be top 5 for Matt Munro. Falzon, however, has finished up in pole position. I don't think there's anyone out there that's going to beat him. Who is still on a lap? Dean Verrill. He is pulling it into the pits. He's had enough. Andrew McPherson does a big slide there. He won't be going with the Hamburglar tonight, that's for sure. Brandon Schmel, after his first podium last week, he pulls it up as well. But here's your man, ladies and gentlemen. Matthias Falzon is your pole sitter for race 1. I don't know how I've just tilted the camera there. That's fantastic work there, producer. But there he is. Matthias Falzon takes blood in the first time session here in round 4 for the Wednesday Cup. Gee whiz, it's all happening.
That's your grid there, ladies and gentlemen. All happening. That's an understatement, Chris, if I've ever seen one. Fowles on first. It's only 600ths of a second between himself and Alex McEwen there for second place. Wowee. Fabian Fitness got his work cut out. His lap record during the week has just got absolutely smashed there by Matthias Falzon. Only managing a 1 minute and a half there for him, but only 5,000ths of a second between himself and Nick Mallow. And, if you don't mind, 9,000ths of a second between third to fifth. Fabian Fitness, Nick Mallow, Matt Munro, not even by 10 hundredths of a second. That is incredible stuff. The Pinecone in 6th, 7th for Buttigieg, Dean Verrill 8th, James Bullock 9th, and Brian's cousin in 10th. He's got $1 million in the bank there for Brian's cousin. He's going to be a happy boy off to the cast tonight, I reckon. Nick Mole in 11th place, Ryan Nielsen 12th. Fergo in 13th. Welcome back, Mr. Andrew Ferguson, as well. It's been sensational to have you here right as we speak. 13th, not too bad. He only a couple of positions away from a top 10 there, Fergo. And we know what goes on in the Fergo household. There is a top 10, that's for sure. For Schmerley, 14th. Postlethwaite, 15th. Simmons, Hughes, Eamon, Attard, Waters, Ferguson, Young, Park, McEwen, Coates, Bensley, Cook. The haircut round out the top 28.
Absolutely cracking stuff. Thomas Wilson has signed up for the series, but he's. I didn't see him out there on track, so maybe he will make an appearance there in race 1. It's absolutely all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. As we want to thank all the viewers tonight. We got. What have we got? At least 20 of you excellent people out there in SimSational land watching along. It's going to be a hell of a ride, that's for sure. So I think it's time, Zach O'Reilly. We're going to have to click over to race 1 because these drivers are chomping at the bit to get involved.
Oh, chomping at the bit. I'll tell you what. If they had a steak in front of them, there was anything. Doesn't matter, medium, rare, hard, whatever you want, fully done. They would eat it at the moment to get onto the track. Let's get it all over and done with here, ladies and gentlemen, for qualifying and get set for race 1 coming our way. 15 minutes of hardcore racing. Fabian Fitness has got his work cut out here, but it is the man, the myth, the legend, the
Maltese Falcon,
the Maltese Marvel himself in first place. He's got it all to win and all to lose here. So get set for race 1, get your condiments ready, and we'll be back here at SimSational TV in just a few moments for race 1.
We are back trackside, ladies and gentlemen. All fired up for race 1. I'll tell you what, there's a few hard surfaces out there on the concourse. None harder than here in the commentary box. It's one of those nights, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 1 minute 46 seconds to go before we drop the flag for race 1. Zach O'Reilly, what are you predicting for this race?
Oh, geez. Who knows? Who knows? With all of that last-minute shenanigans there for qualifying, who bloody knows what's going to happen? It's going to be anyone inside the top 8, I reckon, is going to be in for a podium. Let's just put it that way. That's as close as you're going to get to a prediction from me, Christopher. If we're going to have to pick a race winner, geez Louise, I couldn't pick anyone. Just ignore me and you give the predictions because there is no chance that I'm ever going to get anywhere close with this. Tsukuba is going to bring anyone's game to this. As you saw in qualifying there, ladies and gentlemen, the rate of attrition was very, very minimal. If you stuffed up one corner, you were 2/10 off. So all it takes here is to make 1/2 millimeter apex error and you could be overtaken. It's going to be incredible. This is going to be the best round of the season. I'm already calling it, Christopher. Let's get excited. Under 1 minute to go here. Let's get racing.
Let's go. We got 44 seconds now. Who's off the front row? We got Matthias Falson there off the outside, which is quite funny. Here, that's not where I'd want to be. I tell you what, especially with Alex McEwen up your inside. Watch out. Shut that door as fast as you can. Fabian Fitness and Nick Mello off the next row behind them. Actually, they're the guys you want to watch out for. I'd hate to be on the front row here tonight. That's a tall order for those two blokes to keep them behind. Then you've got Matt Munro, Clayton Pine, Jake Buttigieg, Dean Verrill and James Bullock rounding out your top 10. We've got the lights up, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready for a start here. It's round 4 at the Wednesday Cup. The lights are almost there and ready. We're going to get a high vantage point here for the start of the race. It's a very poor start there from Falzon. He's going to get absolutely swallowed up by McEwen and Fitness. What about the start from Fitness? But he's just going to have to hang it around the outside here at the moment. Nick Mello looking up the inside as well, followed by Matt Munro looking there in 5th position. But these two here, Klein and Pint and Verrill, going side by side. Verrill will have the inside line here. Wow, look at that move there from Matt Munro. Bit bushy shovey there, bit of hip and shoulder on the way through. I don't know if Falzon will be very happy with that indeed, but they slot in single file and they go around turn 8 and into 9, into the heavy braking zone of turn 10, and I don't think there's been any tears lost just yet, but here goes McEwen up the inside of his teammate Nick Mello. He gets that job done as well. Here goes Matt Munro tacking onto the back of him. We're going to get a pretty good look at the slipstream here down the back straight for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, there's still 14 minutes to go. That is about 14 more laps of this action coming at you side by side back in the field as well. But this is the point. This is where you want to be, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars almost to tail coming up into turn 2. Zach O'Reilly.
Look at that. That is an incredible first lap. And now they've got to navigate this turn 1 and get used to the tyre grip that they've got hanging on there by the skin of their teeth. Wowee. What a drive here from Jake Buttigieg. He's driving absolutely fantastic. Got out of all the nonsense, but he's already 2 and a bit seconds away from the lead. So he's going to have to get on his galloping horse here and take a couple of furlongs out of all the guys in front of him if he's going to want to be up where he deserves to be. But I'll tell you what, Fitness and McEwen here, there is no love lost there between the two, and he's got the worst possible scenario. He's got 2 Project 4 cars right behind him, his Fabian Fitness, and he's all over it at the moment at this point in time. Wowee, not even 3/10 between himself and McEwen. Is there some suckage down the back straightaway? Not happening. Matt Munro's under all sorts of pressure here from the Macedonian Marvel, who just yeeted him into Bunda, and he's going to get under pounder here from Clayton Pine. The pine cone here is unraveling. Oh, off onto the Bunda. There goes the pine cone. And that is incredible car control there from the both of them. Matt Munro just sends it straight down the inside. Manages to pull it up there. Late apex. Got that move done. And the biggest loser out of all of that is Matthias Falzon. Wowee, that was incredible stuff from Matt Munro. Buttigieg's gone straight around the outside trying to get something done. But then Pinecone's just come out of nowhere and said, thank you. I'll take that position off you as well. So Matt Munro in 4th. Clayton Pine in 5th, and then Matthias Falzon here in 6th. This battle is not going to get any less aggressive. I'll tell you what, it's spicier than a dodgy Vindaloo here at the moment between the 3 of these guys. It's all on like Donkey Kong, that's for sure.
Yeah, a bit of argy-bargy happening tonight. I think maybe just some remnants of last week at Macau. There was that's one of the tightest circuits in the world, so there was a fair bit of push and shove last week, and I think there's just a little bit of carryover there. Look at Clayton Pine going up the inside there, and Matt Munro gave him a big scare. That's absolutely crazy stuff there into turn 12, but look at that. Matthias Falzon off the track. Matt Munro just in the middle of these two. Here goes Falzon. He's going to go up the inside, give him a whack and hip in the shoulder as well. These two are getting right stuck into each other. I tell you what, these two have traded more paint than Bunnings paint section here at the moment. I tell you what, they've had more hits than Elvis as well. It's all happening here between Matthias Falzon and Matt Munro, but now all of that battling brings Jake Buttigieg into this equation. But I tell you what, the battle for the lead is on as well. Here goes Alex McEwen giving Fabian Fitness an absolute... as I say it, the commentator's curse has kicked in. He's gone wide. Now he's under pressure from Nick Mello, and he's going to cop it all the way down the back straight. Yeah,
he's going to cop it big time here. If Matthias Falzon doesn't get his gallop on 2 in 5th place, he's going to lose touch with all this battling. But Nick Mello there for 3rd place versus his teammate Alex McEwen. Wowee, this is a rate of attrition, gentlemen and ladies at home. This could be hairy stuff here. If Alex McEwen can't get his rhythm back in, that would have rattled him there coming into turn 11. He's going to be under all sorts of pressure here. And Fabian Fitness out in front with that clean air just gets the fastest lap done and dusted already. It's all happening here between them. There is nothing between these guys. You can see it. There is only 0.6 of a second as the maximum gap between 1st to 8th, if you don't mind. Wowee, what a train that we are seeing here. I'll tell you what, there is more trains here at Tsukuba Circuit than there is at Amsterdam Station. I'll give you the hot tip. They are flying everywhere at this point in time. You can't pick a battle to choose where to sit and where to be. And I'll tell you what, if you want that battle, get onto CRANIUM CAM. And Matt Monroe's involved in all that's nonsense. Oh my goodness gracious me. Him and Falzon have come together, and that is the massive Massive loss there for the both of them. Hughesy's gone, thank you, mother, for the rabbits. I'll take 11th place off you somehow. And everyone behind them has just got involved and said, thank you, I'll take all those places. Another unravelling here for Matt Munro. Absolute nauseum chaos here at this point in time. Meanwhile, Clayton Pine here at the front. He's definitely giving Nick Mallow something to think about. He's absolutely on the back of him at this point in time. Looking very, very, very hairy and handsome is the Clayton Pine himself. Getting very, very excited.
Risky Pierce in the chat there. Red Bull car taking out someone else never heard of. And he's just retracted his comment. That's... Oh, no,
he's put it on again.
He's just getting the spelling right. Something not ever heard of. I'll tell you what, we could see that happening from the first lap of this race. Those two had been just bumping together like a pinball machine all the way through these first opening 5 laps. So we knew it was brewing, and it just came to a head there, and they both lose out. Maybe a lesson in there for those drivers, just to try and cool it down behind the wheel sometimes. I know it gets really exciting when you get in the seat there, you get the red mist descending and you're sweating out your bloody arsehole and you want to just feed it up the inside, but sometimes it just takes a little big deep breath and maybe to think better of that and to survive further on down the field. But that's one for another man. But look at this. Buttigieg's he stopped in the middle of the street here. What's happened here? I think he might have a blown engine. That looks suspiciously like a blown engine. That will be the end of Buttigieg's first race for the night. He will have to go back to the pits, get that sorted out for race 2. But down here, look at that. That's, who was that? Cook? The cookies are out.
The chef.
Oh, no, it's all happening down the back here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn away because Falzon is on the comeback. He's got Nick Mole in his sights and hunting him down at a rate of knots. So where's Matt Munro? Just a couple of positions behind. So there's still 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this race. We might see some more fireworks between those two yet, Zacharoli.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the different lines they're taking through here on turn 12. Absolutely different driving styles, and it's coming in the advantage of Matthias Falzon. The low line is the advantageous grip part of that track at turn 12, that's for sure, and he's got the job done. Thank you very much, he says, up the inside of the underground mammal, just burrows through the underground mammal's tunnels there and says, I'm going to dig a new one for you, son. And he's got straight into 8th place. So on the comeback here is the underground mammal and Falzon. If they can get past Brian's cousin in front of them too, that would be awesome for the points debacle there. They've got not a lot of rate of attrition sort of style here for the both of them. They've got nothing to lose here. There's all of these 3-4 drivers, apart from Falzon, really. He's got something to think about in the grand scheme of things. But Legendary says that, or Confucius said here in Japan, that Matt Munro is an angry man. And I can tell from here that he would be swearing, cursing, giving all of the F-bombs, the Emily C bombs, you name it. And at this point in time, trying to get his way further up the grid because he is now under pressure and rattled. He's got less rattles here than a rattlesnake at the moment because Hughesy is definitely giving him something to think about. Wowee, that was some hairy stuff there. But Matt Munro just survives. One more corner between himself and this battle here. Talking to surviving, wowee. Get your hats off, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about the Survivor TV series. Alex McEwen here now is hounding the back of Fabian Fitness. McEwen on a PB here for his bench press and squat. He's at 180 kilos. I reckon the fitness guy here is at 185 and just struggling on this day because here comes the man, the myth, the legend, Alex McEwen, trying to get all of this sort of gapping done and dusted. Is there any suckage here for Nick Mallow? Nothing. They're drafting each other. Is Fabian Fitness versus Alex McEwen here. Wowee, this is incredible stuff. 2 different lines. Late apex, early apex. Both get onto the same driving line. Drifts a bit further out in front of all of each other here. Wowee, onto the AstroTurf here. Fabian Fitness under all sorts of pressure. Is Alex McEwen going to send it? He does. He sends it straight down the inside. And he's got the job done now on Fabian Fitness. That is P1 for Alex McEwen. Now he's just got to keep it together here. Rounding turn 2, round turn 3. Here we go, turn 4 coming our way. And he sent him up the inside. Fitness has absolutely rental card him straight up the inside. Here comes Mallow too. Oh, by jingoes, this is all happening here. That is absolutely more hits than over style driving from Fabian Fitness. And Alex McEwen's car control has just said, thank you. I'll take whatever hit you can give me and I'll just give it back to you, because advantage now for Alex McEwen. Now Fabian Fitness has got the red mist descending on him from front and rear. I'll tell you what, he wouldn't want to be in any sort of movie that wasn't G-rated at the moment. He'd be getting it from all ends.
Yeah, he's copping it from both ends like a human caterpillar here at the moment. The battle for second is on Nick Mello, just peeling out of the slipstream, having a little look in the mirrors there of Fabian Fitness in front. It's not going to happen for him this time, but he's got a pretty good run. So we're going to see how close he can get into turn 1 and 2. It's not close enough for the dive, but trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it will come. But there's still 4:30 to go on the clock, so keep an eye on that. They will all get involved in a bit of diving up the top end of this, off the bottom end of this race, should I say. Nick Mello getting a bit of sideways action there into turn 6. So don't you worry. It is all starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are closer than you would ever imagine. And here, we're going to ride on board with Nick Mello and just see. Look how close Fabian Fitness there in front just gets all over the track, both sides, in and out, using every part of this track, inside and outside. And just keeping Nick Mello at bay as well. He's one of the quickest drivers we've ever seen here in Wednesday Cup. So he's doing a great job at that, while his teammate, Alex McEwen, just sort of runs away at it. He's just turning the screws very slowly there out in front. Got that gap out to about 8 tenths, I'm going to say. Coming into turn 1, 9 tenths. Here goes Nick Mello having a look up the inside now. Side by side, they will go through turn 2, 3 and 4. But Fitness just cuts him off. It says, no thank you, Mello. You're not getting through on this occasion. Wowee, it's all starting to heat up again, Zach O'Reilly. Here goes Nick Mello up beside him. Here he goes. Oh, jeez. I'm going to hand it over to you because it's your turn, because this is starting to heat up.
Yeah, look out. We're on board with Nick Mello here on the Cranium Cam. This is the first-person view of what you want to see here on the main channel. That's a car getting out of the way. No, that's McEwen off. Oh, my goodness gracious. Alex McEwen unforced errored himself out of that like Andy Roddick did in all of his US Opens. Oh, my goodness gracious me. And McEwen down into 4th place. He's lost 3 places there from having it all wrapped up. And now it is race on here between Fitness and Mello. Wowee, coming into turn 12. They're both dancing on that rear axle, that's for sure. Wowee, bit of oversteer, understeer, whatever at the same time. 2014 Ferrari Formula 1 style there, Fernando Alonso. But these guys are neck and neck in the pace department. Fabian Fitness's Achilles heel is not personally at turn 1. He is shocking through there. Nick Mello's got no answers for him. He gets it sideways there. There's Alex McEwen, and there's Fabian Fitness, sorry. And they're going sideways again here between the two of them. This is first and second place, Fitness versus Mello. Wowee, both 2 different driving styles. One's cool, calm, collected. The other one is just ragged edge on the rear end limit of those grippy tyres there. Wowee, this is absolutely beef-stick style racing here. Oh, Nick Mello's going to send it around the outside. Can he get it done? Oh, he's oversteered. He's drifted his way around the outside, Kaichi Chutia style, and he hasn't got the job done there. He's going to get a bit of a suck here down the back straightaway here for the final turn. Shows the nose. He's going to try and dummy Fabian Fitness here into a move, but he doesn't get that job done. Fabian's no eyes are there to that occasion. Knows where the fastest time is on the circuit, and he can get it done here because Nick Mello's off into the bunda there. Lost it completely. 0.6 of a second now between the two of them. Wowee, that's what happens there if you basically outbrake yourself and over rev at the situation. And look out. Here comes the pint cone. If Nick Mello can't get it all together, it's all over here. And Matt Munro is now on the charge. Christopher Munro, take it away.
Yeah, here he goes. Just diving up the inside of Nick Mello. He'll make the recovery drive that he wanted to do. He's got his old nemesis in his sights now, but it's about 5 seconds up the road. A bit too far for that to be happening on this race, but they'll be together again at the start of the next race. So fireworks here to come. Don't you worry about that. The top 3 have now petered out to a nice little gap between them as well. So we're going to go down to Matthias Falzon, and he's got James Bullock all over the front, all over his nose here at the moment. More than Diego Maradona, I'll give you the hot tip there. You can put those 2 together, but here goes Matthias Falzon. He's got James Bullock right in his sights. He's going to just dive up the inside here at turn 12, easy as you like. By the looks of it, James Bullock gives him about 2 cars' widths in return and says, here you go, Falzon. You can just have the door is wide open. Here goes Matthias Falzon, better under brakes. This will be an easy pass here, I think, for Falzon if he can get it done. But I'll tell you what, Mr. Bullock is giving it as much as he is receiving. What a generous man. As he comes down now into turn 6, Falzon just getting a little bit squirrely on the entry as well. So that's not gonna help his cause at all. Excuse me, the COVID is still strong in this house. I'll give you the hot tip. Sorry about any coughs that are going to happen in your ears, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the headphones. I'll do my best to stay away from the mic. I'm keeping one eye on the battle for the lead. Nick Mello is only 3/10 behind. There goes Falzon, just stuffed it up on the exit of 12. So we're going to have to go forward. Actually, there's poor old Trav Young's going slow back here.
Oh, no! Disaster at the front. Chris, oh my goodness.
He's
Mello has come in between all of these guys and absolutely punted. That is the Mojo livery there. I cannot tell you who it is, but he came into contact at the final turn and he's just absolutely given up. Here is Nick Mello. He is probably swearing and cursing all of the MLEC bombs at the moment, but he got in contact there with a blue flag marker. That is going to be something for the stewards to behold, but I'll tell you what, the race is over. He lost second place there. Pine has come in second place. Fabian Fitness is first. Alex McEwen in third. Dean Verrill, well done from him. The guy who could have had a race win at Nutsthorpe 2 rounds ago is in the top 5. He'll be happy with that. Nick Mello settled for 5th. Falzon in 6th place. Bullock in 7th. Matt Munro, 8th place. Nick Mole, the underground mammal, in 9th. And Merv Hughes, Lovechild, there in 10th. Wowee, what a drive from him. The Malaysian Marvel sitting in 11th place. Good stuff from him. Clayton Ward is there. Tommy Wilson from 28th on the grid down to 13th. That is 15 places. That is driver of the day style at the moment at this point in time. Matatard in 14th as well. Good stuff from him. 15th from Mr. Schmerl there too. And the funeral director, Ezra Simmons, and the old Coates Hire himself with Senior Ferguson, in 19th. And Mr. Old in 20th.
Yeah, Parky, Postlethwaite, Junior Ferguson, poor old Brian's cousin back there in 24th. I don't know what happened to him. The Chef in 25th. And we'll go back to pits to get the rest of the results, ladies and gentlemen. Where were we up to? Jim Park, Hayden Cook, the Chef. Brody Barber joined the service. Sam Bensley, Scott McEwen as well. Jake Buttigieg having that unfortunate motor explosion there on lap 6, so he will not finish that race. And hardware. Well, just as bad. It was pretty much the same thing. You can transfer those things in the sim world. You can say it's a hardware or an engine malfunction. It happens in the real world. It happens here in the sim world as well, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. What action from the front, the front 8, really. As you said in the pre-game show, Zach O'Reilly, these guys were all over it. Very exciting to watch. And we are... They're getting geared up as well for a second race. Who is off pole? I think it's Hughesy.
Reverse top 10. It will be Mr. Nathan Hughes. Where is Heather at the moment? Get on board here, Heather, because your son is starting from pole position here in race 2. Reverse top 10 from race 1 is race 2. So go refill those condiments, ladies and gentlemen. Get your comfortable chair, get your comfortable cushion around you, whatever, get the cat, the dog, whatever on your lap, because we are going to be back here at SimSational TV for race 2. And if it's anything to go by, race 1, race 2 is going to absolutely serve up some sort of filet mignon in the Gordon Ramsay department, and that's what we are expecting. So don't go anywhere. SimSational TV, we'll be back with you here at Tsukuba for race 2 in just a hot second.
What a view, ladies and gentlemen. Down here, trackside at Tsukuba Circuit. You can see who have we got there on screen. That looks like the Red Bull, number 41 of Matt Munro. First 2 guys on the grid, Hughes and Mole, yet to get into the server. There's about a minute to go. There goes Moley, he's in. But I'll tell you what, Matt Munro will be crossing his fingers, crossing his balls, whatever he can, if Nathan Hughes doesn't shows up, because that gives him a dead set clear run down into turn 1, and he will take that with both hands. Don't you worry about that. Now, this is where the predictions get harder, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. Fabian Fitness wants a SimSational pack. What did he say?
Don't worry about that.
His gift pack.
He'll be getting a couple of pints at the local pub next time he comes down to Victoria from SimSational TV, that's for sure. And we've got no predictions from anyone. They're not gaining enough here in the chat. No. Very disappointing. And I'll tell you what, when it comes to predictions, this is where you could win yourself another SimSational pack. So, get yourself in there. But Gearhead, look, get yourself angry, because if you want to cheer on Nick Mallow and match his energy, maybe some of that energy will come straight towards him, and he will come out with the chockies here for race 2 coming our way. But I'll tell you what a grid that is coming our way for race 2.
Oh,
it's
boy.
all happening there. Nathan Hughes off the front row. Wowee. Heather will be absolutely at a joy at the moment. She'll be having kittens, I reckon. Will be Mrs. Hughes at this point in time, and it's all happening here for race 2. 16 minutes is the race distance here between all of them, and it's going to be one of those rates of attrition things. Who can get themselves up and running? Who better to call it for the first lap here than Christopher Munro? Lights are up. Take it away.
Let's have a go. Jeez, we've missed that one. Nick Mole's got a shocking start, but Matt Munro goes sailing around all of them, and he will lead. He will get the whole shot into turn 1. They're battling 3 wide back here. Dean Verrill in the middle with, who's that? Mole McEwen getting involved as well. But Matt Munro leads with James Bullock in tow. We're going to watch them all come around here. Look at that. Nick Mello getting all sorts of locked up into that turn 6. Wowee. But they all get through fairly unscathed. At the front, though, Nick Mole and McEwen are battling hard. We're going to ride on board with McEwen and see where he can place this car. He's looking up the inside. He can see his compatriots just getting away from him. There's a little gap between Mole. He just leaves the door open, and there goes McEwen straight up in that little gap there as well. He will move himself up into 4th position. It's not going to happen just yet. As you can see, they're side by side. There's a little bit of an overlap, but Mole has the better exit there as well. He had the aid of the momentum out of that final turn, but here goes McEwen straight through up into 4th position. Nick Mello trying to follow him as well, and he will do. Look at this, up into well, he's already got that pass done. He's going to send it from way back on his teammate. Jeez, and he turned him around. That's terrible stuff there from Mello. He redresses, and he's just punted his mate around back the right way.
And fitness.
How did that even happen? He's turned him around halfway. There's oh, gee whiz, there's panic stations here at the back. No. McFadden and Park just getting tangled up right at the back of the field. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's all happening up here. Brandon Schmell up into 8th position. Tommy Wilson just in front of him in the other Red Bull car as well. So those two guys in the top 8. We're going to ride on board with Tommy Wilson. He's one of the quick customers. Ooh. We've not seen him in Wednesday Cup for quite a few seasons. So welcome back, Tommy, indeed. Brandon Schmell just getting a bath there as well, getting absolutely smacked Schmelly. But tell you what, James Bullock giving Dean Verrill all sorts, Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, definitely. Have a look at these two guys. Have a crack at each other. Wowee. Bullock. Sandra's love child here versus the Feral man himself. They're only about 3/10 away from each other. 101's 1 versus 102 dead in the lap department style here for the first lap. Wowee. That was some carnage we saw there in the background there. That is what happens here in Wednesday Cup. You get caught up in something, and then it's just everything Constantino's effect itself back into the grid, and that's what we've seen there. Will Bullock's having an absolute Barry Crocker there in the background too. You can see all that happening, and he's facing the wrong way around here. Oh my goodness, hits a reverse gear and just gets out of the way wisely out of everyone else in Will Bullock. So well done to him. Geez, that was some good driver awareness there. And the Macedonian Marvel himself, he's sitting there very, very nicely. Jack Ferguson, however, he's definitely having a Barry Crocker here tonight. He's not on song at the moment, and that's who we saw get into Nick Mallow in the final lap of the race there. And dead set sent him harder into orbit than we've ever seen before. Full SpaceX style there was Jack Ferguson versus Nick Mallow. Cost him second place there, but nonetheless, Alex McEwen's just gone through and done the fastest lap. Then Nick Mellow's just eclipsed him basically straight away. Said, thank you, I'll take that one off your son. And they are not too far away. We can see them all shrieking through here onto the final turn of Tsukuba. I'll tell you what, Nielsen, the funeral director here in the Hog's Breath, he was up in the top 10 at some stage at Barbagallo and raced in round 2. So he has got some pace he needs to burn. And, whoa, gee, that was a 0.5% up the inside. Mick Attard's doing very well here too. He's just defending at this point in time from Jack Ferguson as well. Jack is definitely an angry Scotsman. Holy mackerel at this point in time. He is full sending it up the inside, Braveheart style here, and trying to get some sort of move on for P16. It's all happening at the back, and you can see McFadden has come a cropper with Simmons there as well. Make America great again. Well, he's definitely not making anything great at the moment. That's for sure is Simmons. He's punted McFadden off into the bunda and just deported him like a Mexican, the Trump would. Here goes Nick Mello. 5th place is on here between himself and his teammate, Alex McEwen. I'll tell you what, these two are not friends on the track. They don't care a rat's toss bag here for race 2 in the Wednesday Cup. No team orders given here between the two of them. It's all on like Donkey Kong for the both of them. And Alex McEwen here is under pressure from Nick Mello.
Yeah, what a cracking drive there from these two guys. Nice and close there, 4th and 5th on the timing at this time. Geez, I've forgotten my words. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all happening here. I've got one on Jake Buttigieg because I've just been reminded he started at the very back, so he has made up at least 20 at least 20 positions there as Jake Buttigieg. What a cracking start from him. There's James Bullock off the road. Or is it? Maybe it's just a... No, it is James Bullock having all sorts of troubles there. So he will lose 2 positions too. McEwen and Mello as they battle on. Matt Munro still leads. He's got about a 7/10 gap over Dean Verrill. McEwen and Mello in tow, as we can see. Mello going right off into the bunda. Thomas Wilson in the background as well, getting a bit of that grass action as well. Maybe these guys need to strap on some off-road tyres, but we're going to look down the order here. Jack Ferguson again, giving Brody Barber something to think about here into turn 12, going well wide though. That's probably not the preferred line here in these cars, but maybe it is. Who knows? I haven't done any laps in this circuit on these cars, so I wouldn't actually know. But Jack Ferguson just leaving the door open as well. Ryan Nielsen having half a little look, who has also just made up a position on Mick Attard in this process. We saw him make a great overtake on this guy, Ryan Nielsen, the previous couple of laps. So he's one to look out for, Mick Attard. He's certainly committed, that's for sure. But here we go. Ryan Nielsen riding on board. He's got Jack Ferguson in his sights, Zachariah.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the rate of attrition here between those cars just definitely dancing. And look out, Jack Ferguson in front just sent it down the inside there. And he's got the job done there on the haircut. The haircut now is in 17th place and Jack Ferguson's up into 16th. Cracking drive here from Jack Ferguson, just getting his head around of it, all of these ARCs. But his old man is in 11th place too, so don't you stress about that. It is going to be a definite party here in the Ferguson household if Fergo Senior can get into the top 10 here. And look out, Brian's cousin here, 100% away from anything sort of $1 million inside the top 10. And he is racing here at this point in time between himself and, oh, look, geez Louise, him himself and Ezra Simmons are neck and neck. That is a bee's dick between the two of them. Holy mackerel. You cannot get any closer than that without getting contact. And McFadden just sailed around the outside Titanic style and got the job done there, has he, at the moment. This could be interesting. What's Simmons going to do? Nothing. He's not going to deport McFadden out of the country and keep himself in there. So McFadden's safe for another one here. And I'll tell you what, Fabian Fitness had an absolute Barry Crocker. After winning race 1, he is in 11th place here. He's just maintained a position and got one over Andrew Ferguson there, knowing that Fergo's race is not with Fitness at this point in time. Wise moving, because I'll tell you what, he'd probably get punted in Fergo if they got in the way of Fabian Fitness there. But Matthias Falzon's just taken the fastest lap of the race in 10th place. Matt Munro, however, Christopher, out in front. Get on board your brother. I know that there is some animosity there between the Red Bull drivers, but wowee, he is flying. 1.1 seconds away from Dean Verrill, and Verrill in a podium position here too. Very strong performance here at this point in time from the Ferrell man himself. He has got a good 1.3 seconds between himself and the next guy behind him, which is Alex McEwen.
He'll be absolutely wrapped with that if he can hold them off. But I'll tell you what, he can see those cars behind him of McEwen and Mello just closing up, getting ever so slightly bigger every time they go past this start-finish line. And I'll tell you what, oh, look at the slip angle he's got on that. Dean Verrill got it on rails. What beautiful to watch around turn 12. There's still 7 minutes. That is plenty of time here in the Wednesday Cup, don't you worry. So I'll tell you what, Dean Verrill, one of the harder guys to get past too as well. So McEwen and Mello, as fast as they are in race trim, they're going to have their work cut out to get around this guy at the moment. So Matt Munro would be cheering, actually. He'd be loving the fact that Dean Verrill is the proverbial cork in the bottle here. Oh, geez, that's a bit awkward there between a blue flagger just sitting on the apex as McEwen and Mello go past. But Mello now all over the back of his teammate Alex McEwen going into turn 10 and 11. Oh, geez, side by side. Maybe a little bit of a contact there as well. Mello all sorts of sideways off into the grass. That's not going to help his cause as well. But maybe just in touch of the slipstream, or maybe, probably not. That's just a little bit too far back. 4/10 isn't going to get the job done here at Tsukuba. You want to be a little bit closer. Tommy Wilson certainly is close to James Bullock in front. I've just knocked it with my hand. How about that? James Bullock going off the track. Tommy Wilson gave up the ghost a little bit. He's going to fire it up the inside here at turn 1.
Oh, no!
That's embarrassing. He's turned himself around. James Bullock will plough on, but poor old Wilson's going to drop a few positions as well. Just get it turned around before Pine and Falzon return on the scene. And now it's a three-way battle, Zachariah.
Yeah, absolute threesome here between the three guys in 9th, 10th, the 8th, 9th and 10th. Wowee. Falzon cannot believe his luck. He's got a position for free there from Tom Wilson's mishap, and I'll tell you what, he'll be on the charge at the moment, will Matthias Falzon. He knows where his pace is, ladies and gentlemen. He knows where he can sit in the grand scheme of things, and he's definitely on song tonight. Wilson here, the full noob, back again here in AK Racing, just sending it wherever he possibly can. Great stuff from the man himself, the security boy, sitting there in Wilson parking. And he's definitely got some pace. He will get quicker as the racing goes on. I'll tell you what, in the season, if he keeps with it, that's for sure. We've got a question here from Gearhead. Do you reckon Verrill will take Munro's P1 before the end of the race? Well, he's got 1.5 seconds to get into that position there to make any amends here for Matt Munro. But here we go. I'll tell you what, Verrill is driving absolutely fantastic. Alex McEwen cannot catch him at this point in time, and that's what you can call genuine pace. When you've got clean air in front of you, that's what you want. And this is on here between Falzon. Holy mackerel, look at these two go at it. It is the Pinecone versus the Macedonian Marvel. Holy mackerel. It's bloody Maltese Marvel, if you don't mind. That is all happening here between the two of them. Sideways action there for Falzon. He's got all of the brazen bits at the moment. My favourite number 35 there on his livery. Wowee, he's having a good old crack here. He's going to send it up the inside. Just gets it dancing on the rear there. Wow, that was some rear locking if I've ever seen it. But he's got that advantage there. Now he's definitely in about a car and a half's length here of a suckage here. Not too long before turn 12 comes up to your view, and he's going to try and send it up the inside. Wowee, that was some incredible car control between the both of them. Look out, because not even between him and Thomas Wilson behind him, wowee, they're all going to be a cork in the bottle situation. He's trying to send it up the inside. Oh, that's a mistake there from Pine. He's gathered it up, though, and got it done, and Wilson here is none the wiser. He knows that this could be some sort of absolute rate of attrition here if he can get it sorted. If these two come together in front of him, he will get one position or maybe two. And I cannot believe that we are calling this the top 10 here at the moment is hanging on by an absolute bee's cock. And I could not believe what we are seeing here at Tsukuba. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in the race.
C-O-C-K here, ladies and gentlemen. You said it first, but I'll tell you what, these three men put the M-E-N in Menage a Trois, and here goes Falzon up the inside of Pine. He's been waiting for this opportunity for the last few laps. Look at that. They're just touching doors up and down the back straight. This is going to be Falzon's move here. He just shoots it up the inside, slides it easy as you like. Thank you very much. There goes Falzon, released from Clayton Pine, and he will make his way up the road. Jake Buttigieg, however, has come from fucking last on the grid. He's up in 7th position. What a cracking drive from him. 3 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little battle brewing back here between Ryan Nielsen, the chef is in front of him, and Jack Ferguson. Wow, look at this. They're very tight here. Nielsen just pops out to the inside line. Cook has a go, but oh no, that's very awkward there from Jack Ferguson. Jack Ferguson turns in on the chef when he was underneath his rear quarter panel. So that's on Jackie.
It's raw.
It's absolutely raw, he says from, what's his name? bloody
Gordon Ramsay
would not be happy with that indeed. So the chef goes back to peeling onions, but I think it was more Jack Ferguson's fault. So here goes Ryan Nielsen. He's got Trav Young in front of him. Trav's not really putting up a fight either. He's sort of leaving the door open, and here goes Nielsen to make that position up again into turn 10. Easy as you like. Jack Ferguson tagging onto the back, but it might be too late for him. Looking up and down the field now. This is the closest battle on track, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes to go. Zach O'Reilly, there's a little battle forming there with actually Alex McEwen has actually caught up to Dean Verrill now. The battle for second position is on with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, we've reverse commentator cursed the old Verrill here because McEwen has definitely gained some advantage. I'm not sure if that was an unforced error by Verrill, but he is now definitely in the scopes here. And look at that suckage down the front and back straight away here. He's going to go for a side move here and send it up the inside. Thank you very much. Done. Here he goes at the moment, but not for long because Verrill's just sent it around the outside and said, I'll take the high line, son, NASCAR style. Off into the bunda, though, goes Verrill. And now he's vulnerable here for McEwen. McEwen's going to send it. Move under one, son. The braking there, and the Ferrell man has gone hard into the turn 1, and he's just managed to keep a position here. It is a drag race here. We've got turn 3, turn 4 coming up. What is going to happen here between himself and Mr. McEwen? It's going to be absolutely neck and neck as they ground around the final bank turn here, and Alex McEwen has definitely got the job done there. Oh my God, I'm out of my seat here, and the Ferrell man has got himself into third place. He is now under pressure here from Nick Mello too. This is not all over at the moment. We have got to 1 and a bit laps here left here in Tsukuba, and Nick Mello now can see the opportunity to get on the podium there with his teammate in front of him there, but he's got he has got Mr. Verrill Dean in front of him too. The Ferrell man is not giving it up. I'll tell you what, he's right on the back here of Alex McEwen too. He's not giving up the ghost here. Turn 12, up the inside he goes. He's trying to get that whole shot run out of the final turn. He's going to send it up the inside here too goes Verrill. He's gone for the move. Yeah. Oh, this is incredible stuff. Oh, the neck and neck. They're bumping doors. Oh my goodness gracious me. Here goes Verrill versus McEwen. Nick Mello's involved in this too. My goodness gracious me, this is all happening here at the MCG. I'll tell you what, Dean Verrill is there. He's hanging on for absolute dear life here at the moment for a podium position. Can he get the job done here? He's still in third place. Nick Mello, he's 100% heading. Oh, they've got in contact. There's a blue flagger in the way of all this bunda. Oh my goodness, get the fuck out of the way. And he's going to see, there goes Dean Verrill into second place. Oh, this all happening here. I am jumping in my seat, and McEwen's come out of the worst possible position in 5th place. Oh my goodness, Dean Verrill is going to hang on here for a P2. And oh my goodness, Matt Munro, eat your heart out. Come around the final turn and take the win, son. Oh my goodness, what an absolute rate of attrition there we saw. Dean Verrill has got P2 in the bag. Are you absolutely goddamn kidding me? In the fair dinkum department. Dean Verrill, Nick Mello in 3rd, James Bullock's come through, Sandra's love child in 4th, Alex McEwen in 5th, the Underground Mammals burrowed his way into 6th place, Buttigieg 7th, what a drive, the absolute drive from that day, the moment Falzon in 8th, the Pie Cone, and Wilson round out your top 10, Chris Munro. I've not been that excited in a long time.
Take a breath, my friend. What an absolute finish, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you going to find that anywhere in the world? I'm dead set, I'll tell you what. That is something to behold. What a win there from Matt Munro. The boys there in the top 5 giving it their all. Nick Mull sneaking in for his top 6 as well. Great mention there from him. Falzon up into 8th. Pine, Wilson, Fitness, Ferguson, Nielsen, McFadden, Ferguson, the junior Ferguson up there after getting a bit tangled up earlier in the stream. Schmerley, Young, Cook, Bullock, Attard, Amon, Simons, Barber, Park, Waters is in the server as well, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute... Oh, my God. The action here never stops. With these short bloody tracks and the short fire race format, it brings the action. I'll tell you what, gee, we're going to go back to pits here and see who came beyond 25th. It was Clayton Waters, Sam Bensley, Scott McEwen, Gary Postlethwaite. Nathan Hughes didn't participate. And Philippe Coates has called it quits as well. I'll tell you what, it's all about the man of the moment here, Matt Munro. He got to the lead in about the first lap, and that was the end for him. He just slowly turned the screws and took that lead out to about 2.5 seconds while the pack was battling behind. What absolute madness. Zach O'Reilly, have you recovered?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't worry about my lung conditions. That's for sure. They're in tip-top shape. And wow, what a final lap we saw there.
Oh, that's unreal.
That was incredible stuff. I don't think I've seen better racing ever before.
No.
All basically, what do they call it? It is now the, I've forgotten the word, but wow, what a drive.
The drama.
It is the drama. It is the trials and tribulations of motorsport. Definitely getting in there. That was the word I was searching for. As we saw there, Nathan Hughes had the opportunity of an absolute lifetime, decided to go and smoke his BONG and get in front of the grid at the moment. But nonetheless, what a win from Matt Munro. Fantastic driving from him. And Verrill in second place. He is now one position away from possibly getting his first race win here at AK Racing's Wednesday Cup. So we'll be cheering him on next. But geez, Louise, what a race to end there for 16 minutes. Then we've got a 17-minute coming your way. Reverse top 12, ladies and gentlemen. So Andrew Ferguson is going to start his race off pole position with an angry Fabian Fitness on the inside, if you don't mind. What is Fergo going to do? I reckon he should get out there. He should basically put himself inside groundskeeper Willie and get his elbows out there, Simpson style, and just defend whatever he can. Matt Munro is going to be starting dead set 12th and everyone else beyond. And that is your race 3 grid coming your way here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get that underway very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. That has been one of the best racing we've ever seen here in the ARCs for Wednesday Cup. But it's going to get better. 17 minutes, reverse top 12 grid coming your way. Get comfortable. Get those last condiments in because your ticket prices have just been overrun here at SimSational TV. Where else do you find us? Give us a like, give us a subscribe. And please involve yourself here in the action. Christopher Munro and Zach O'Reilly calling all the action here. And race 3 is coming your way here in just a few momentos.
We are back on track, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Ferguson couldn't get into the server fast enough. Dead set. He's seen himself off pole. He's like, oh, get me in there. So he is red hot and ready to go. Don't you worry about him. Fabian Fitness there next to him. And Thomas Wilson. This is going to be an interesting race in the way that the complexity plays out. We've got Andrew Ferguson, and we know what he can do in the V8 supercars. He is one of the quick guys. Don't you worry about that. But he's a little bit underdone here in the Aussie race cars. So he's been off doing his work out there, the good work for doing the Lord's work out there, really, on his ships. And he is underdone in the practice department. Fabian Fitness, however, and Thomas Wilson, our two fiery customers. So we're going to see the first time that those two guys get to battle it out, I've got a feeling, and that's going to be not the last. Clayton Pine joins them as well. 3 speedy customers there off the second and third row of the grid. Matthias Falzon will join that as well with Jake Buttigieg. So it's not as if all the fast guys are at the back here at this time. We've got pretty much Andrew Ferguson, and I'm afraid to say it, my friend, you're the cork in the bottle with a bunch of angry blokes behind you that are going to push you all the way to the end. Nick Mull up there in 8th position, Alex McHugh and James Bullock with Nick Mello, Dean Verrill and Matt Munro starting in your top 12. Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone can predict the top 3 here, I will send them the as I've said in the past, the Fantasy SimSational pack is coming your way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, with only 42 seconds to go, I reckon Andrew Ferguson has just got the YouTube channel going up at the moment in a second tab with Braveheart going there. And just getting himself pumped up here because the only freedom he does not want to be taken away from him is that clean track in front of him. He has got all of the air, and the sun sets here at Tsukuba. It's going to be exciting. Here we go. I'll tell you what, I'm taking it away for the final lap of the Wednesday Cup here tonight. 12 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready. The lights are up, and it is all happening here. Wowee, I'll stick with fitness, says Ronald Marshall. He needs the bread and milk. Wowee, it's all happening here for Andrew Ferguson. He is now off and running here for the final time, and Fabian Fitness has just gone bang and said, thank you very much, I'll take that P1 off you, and sailed around the outside quicker than the Exxon Valdez. I'll tell you what, Ferguson here in second place. It's all happening. Buttigeg's into fourth place now. He's in fifth and sixth place. He's got all the brazen bits here amongst him. Oh, geez, this could be very, very dicey here coming into the couple of first turns here. What is going to happen between all of these guys? I'm not too sure. Wilson's got absolutely sent around the outside. McEwen's involved there too. Oh, my goodness, it's all happening there. Poor old Tommy Wilson just sailing back down the grid. He's in 26th place at this point in time. The chef, however, he's up into 15th. Pinecone has dead set got himself into a position here in P3. Podium places at the moment. He's only got Fergo to navigate around, and Ferguson just went sideways, Tokyo Drift style. He remembers his into Japan and just sailed himself sideways around that corner. The Pinecone into third place. Fabian Fitness has galloped already to a 1.2 second advantage there over the rest of the field. We can see them sailing through here. Bullock, Sanders, Lovechild there in 8th place at the moment, and he's going to try and take that position of Matt Munro if he possibly can. Wow, that'd be ambitious style there. That is already a lap done here at Tsukuba. 55 seconds are on here for the first race. Wow, and it's on at the front here. Ferguson has just got done by Pinecone here. The Scots versus the Pine Tree. Definitely not something you want to stick your knife into. Buttigeg's in the background there too. So is Nick Mallow as well. And poor old Alex McEwen is somewhere down the back of the grid after all of that trials and tribulations here. Wow, what an opening lap there.
Yeah, we saw Alex McEwen and I think Thomas Wilson just getting caught together there at turn 6, and that was pretty much spelt the end for those two. There's still 15 minutes to go, so that might be the go. Oh, Ferguson just handing it back to Clayton Pine as well. Butterkid getting involved. Don't you worry about him. Matt Munro's there. Dean Verrill too. All the boys, all the regular faces. But Fabian Fitness has absolutely scooted out to a smashing lead here. 1.8 seconds the difference to whoever's coming in behind him. But here's Nick Mello. He's got Ferguson. He's the next one to take Ferguson's number. And tell you what, Fergo's done a great job. It's 2 laps in and he's still up there in the top 4, and he's going to actually have a little crack at Clayton Pine too. He's got the run on him too. He's going to have the outside for turn 6. Oh, he just had the overlap. He could have had a little touch there, and around goes Pine into Mello. Buttigeg's going to go up the inside. That is Matt Munro.
That's your brother.
Yeah, that's right. I'm getting confused. There's 2 Red Bull cars out there, but here goes Matt Munro now having a crack at Clayton Pine through the little S chicane here. He's going to look up the inside. Thinks better of it. Just filling up the mirrors of Clayton Pine, giving him something to think about. Buttigieg behind him, Bullock as well with Nick Mould. Dean Verrill's back there too. There's an absolute train from Ferguson all the way down to McFadden in 10th. There's about 8 cars just nose to tail here at the moment. Nick Mello is the next man to have a bite at the cherry, and the cherry is Andrew Ferguson. My co-commentator's gone silent, but he goes Mello up the inside. He's back. Mello's got the inside run and takes the second position off Andrew Ferguson. Fitness gallops away to a 3.5 second lead, should I say. But Buttigeg's the next man to have a look. Him and Matt Munro are nose to tail.
Well, I'll tell you what, look at them all go have a crack at each other here. As you said, Christopher, look at the gaps between nothing. There's absolutely 2.5 car lengths. Oh, that's Ferguson having a good old tussle out there in the bunda. He's going to be vulnerable here now. Third place is under a fire here for Ferguson. Oh, my goodness, the Pinecone's going to send it up the inside. Wow, here we go. This is the absolute rate of attrition here for Andrew Ferguson. He's held on for a couple of laps here between first place on the grid, and he's falling down the grid at the moment. 4th place, and Matt Munro's going to be tasting the absolute blood here at the moment like a great white shark here, and he's got the job done. Fergo's ran wide. He's had to put the anchors on here to maintain that position on the track without going off into the bunda. Matt Munro into 4th place. Wow, this could be exciting here too. Buttigeg's just gone through and done his own personal best as well. So this 4-way battle here between 4th to 6th place, it's all going to be happening here. The Pinecone has just generated a little bit of a gap there between the front of him, but not if he takes that line there. Oh, full wide in, and you can see all of those ARC cars just line their way through the turn 5 hairpin. and get on board here between the two of them. Buttigieg on fire. The Corporal has reloaded his AK-47 and just said, bang, I'm looking at the enemy here and going to go take a couple of enemies out. He's now got Ferguson here. Oh, my goodness. Matt Munro and nearly got taken out there. Oh, my goodness. Gracious me. Matt Munro nearly got taken out. Buttigieg and Ferguson have nearly came proper there between the two of them too. And now they align astern coming down the back straightaway. Turn 12. It's eat your heart out style. Matt Munro here trying to take the high line, trying to get that cut back down to the late apex there for turn 12 onto the front straightaway here over his compatriot Clayton Pine in front of him. Look out, this could be on here because Buttigieg now has got the job done on Ferguson well and truly. But Fergo's just tapped him and given him a love tap and said, thank you, I'll give you something there. But now, here comes Verrill, our P2 getter or P3 getter for last race. He is now inviting himself into on this equation too. I'll tell you what, when it comes to trigonometry, X plus Y equals Z. I'll give you the hot tip. And Dean Verrill here definitely having a good crack here. The Rangyard boys representing up the front here in the top 10. My goodness, McFadden and Verrill inside the top 10 representing Rangyard. And Falzon is definitely on a charge here from all the way down. In what is he in? I can't even see him. He is in somewhere in the last places at the moment.
25th.
Verrill, 25th at the moment for poor old Mr. Falzon. But Verrill here holding his own. And I'll tell you what happened to Mallow? He's 2.2 seconds away from the lead. 2.8 seconds, sorry. Yep. And Fabian Fitness has just got the brazen bits over him at the moment. Clear air around Tsukuba is absolutely key. Verrill here trying to get some suck in front of him because he doesn't want to be under fire here from Sandra's love child in 8th. You can see what's going on there between the two of them. Look at that wide apex early entry versus the early entry and hug the inside line there from Bullock. Just the rate of attrition there and seeing what the lines definitely give you in the pace department. What is Bullock going to do? He's going to send it up the inside Craig Lyon style. Late braking, late apex. But it's not going to hamper him too much because the Underground Mammal is trying to burrow his way through the field here from 9th into 8th and take Sandra's love child position off him.
Oh, he'd love to do that. Don't you worry about that. But he's got his work cut out. Don't you worry, Dean Verrill. Very quick customer tonight indeed, and he's probably looking more forwards than he is backwards. He's got Andrew Ferguson there, and now Nick Mole is joining in the party. He's right there behind Sandra's love child, James Bullock is his real name in the real world. But here goes Nick Mole. He's been the quiet achiever in this series. Don't you worry about that. He just keeps it clean, keeps it mean, and just keeps the results coming, keeps the points in. Look at this. What a perfectly set up overtake from Nick Mole.
Wow.
He'll just slide it up into turn 1, turn 2. See you later, James Bullock. He got that done, and nothing that Bullock can do to retaliate. Maybe he'll look for a bit of a send here, but look at the car control there from Nick Mole. As I say that, he's gone very deep and he's let James Bullock straight up the inside. He still has side-by-side rights here through turn 8, but he's going to get a little hit here from James McFadden. Brian's cousin says, mate, don't be fluffing around here at turn 8. I'm coming through and I'm going to give you a little bit of paint job here as well if you're going to get in my way. So look at that. Jason McFadden, Brian's cousin, really getting involved here. There's a car off the track. Is that Matthias Falzon? He's had some troubles here. Matthias Falzon up there, second position in the championship, has got big issues. That looks like, to me, another engine, what is going on here from Falzon? Maybe taking an important phone call there. But anyway, back to the action.
Mrs. Falzon.
Mrs. Falzon put the foot down, says, mate, you better talk to me because there's it all happening. Here goes William Bullock up the inside of Jack Ferguson, Zachariah.
Oh, geez, look at these two have a crack at each other. Oh, Will Bullock sent it off into the bunda. He's off into the fence. He slapped that wall harder than a drug addict at Revolver. I'll tell you what, he got sideways there at this point in time and just sent it harder. He's lost all of those positions, and that is job done and won there from everyone who was behind him. Oh, my goodness, Matt Munro has come together with the pine cone, and Buttigeg's going to sail around the inside. Wow, there's some Emily C-bombs coming up in the VR department there for Matt Munro. He is now under all sorts of pressure here. Dean Verrill has got the suck on him too. He's going to take 6th place here off Matt Munro. I'll tell you what, straight down the inside. Thank you very much, Mother, for the rabbits, he says. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I'm going to have to stand up for this. Yep. Here goes Verrill and Matt Munro side by side off into all of the AstroTurf there. Verrill's gone defensive. Matt Munro just sent it back up the inside and said, thank you, I'll take that place. Rubbing doors there and mirrors at the same time. If there was damaged physics, there will be no mirrors left on Verrill or Munro's car at this point in time.
What a move.
Wowee, these guys are not giving each other an inch. This is your race 1 and P2 and 1 from race 2, here at this point in time. Wowee, they are neck and neck in the pace department here on board here with Verrill. You can see the different lines that they take between each other. My goodness gracious me, Rangiart versus Red Bull, and the Red Bull has come out on top at this point in time. What has Verrill got in the answer department? Absolutely nothing, because here goes Matt Munro on Andrew Ferguson, who, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Ferguson, from starting on pole in his first ever try here in the Aussie Racing Cars, is still maintaining 5th place here. What an absolute SimSational drive here from the angry senior Scotsman himself. He is holding his own at this point in time. Let's hope we don't commentator Kirsty, because 6 minutes and a half left here in the race. Anything could happen with an angry, red misty Matt Munro, 64 kilos of absolutely nothing in the strength department coming your way, Ferguson. You can knock him out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's, tell you what, he's got Matt Munro behind him, and he's getting tangled up more than an amateur fly fisherman here at the moment. So he's got all these 3 guys in front of him. You can see Buttigieg and Pine just getting stuck into each other, and that is just handing that position back to the lap of Andrew Ferguson. And now Matt Munro can see all these 3 guys in front of him, and he's starting to lick his lips. Don't you worry about that. He's thinking, well, that's 1, 2, 3 positions I can make up now, and that will get him on the podium, or at least actually 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it will be. It will be him on the podium. There's a little bit of gap from Pine to Mello. That's about a 6-second gap. Don't you worry about that. The top 2 are going to be, I think they're going to be pretty spicy later on, because Nick Mello just went 5/10 quicker than the leader on that last lap. There's still five laps to go at least, and only 1.6 seconds covers them. But Jake Buttigieg going very deep into turn 1 and 2. Matt Munro giving Andrew Ferguson the hurry up, and Buttigieg giving him a little bit of a paint swapping idea as well. Down into turn 6, look at Ferguson getting right out sideways. This is side by side now, but there's nowhere Munro can go because you can't go through. Here goes Ferguson, almost touches. Matt Munro takes advantage of this and goes around the outside of turn 8. Thank you, Munro. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits, he says. I'll take that position all day. Matt Munro up into the top 5. But look at the concertina effect between Verrill, Bullock, McFadden also joining the party back here. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car gaggle of angry drivers looking to take the win. Here goes Matt Munro very close to Jake Buttigieg, and you can see
Buttigieg sideways,
differing lines, and that's not the line you want to take from Buttigieg. Matt Munro's just been absolutely
Christopher Munro's brother has been sent off into the bunda, DHL Express style from the US, and pissed off into 10th place from all of that rate of attrition. He has absolutely lost the plot there, has Matt Munro. I'll tell you what, if there is a wall in the Munro household at Matt's place, it would be dead set punched in if he had a hand free at the moment, because Andrew Ferguson is somehow keeping his place here between 7th and 8th, because McFadden behind him, Sandra's Lovechild, is in a $2 million position, wants to get himself into $3 million. I'll tell you what, fat man, they are dead set in this race at the moment, side by side coming into turn 11. Oh my goodness gracious me, they're both sideways on exit here. What is going to happen between the two of them? Ferguson versus McFadden. This is a genuine horsepower race here. Side drafts physics not applicable here at Assetto Corsa. McFadden's trying to stick his way up the inside here on Ferguson. He's got to get the job done here. Or can Ferguson hang it around the outside Daft Punk style? I don't know what the hell's going to happen here. Oh, they're nearly sideways into each other. Oh my goodness gracious me. Fergo's in the bunda, and he's managed to maintain 8th position for now. But there goes McFadden up the inside. Oh my goodness, what happens here in the last 3 minutes of every race? It just spices up something chronic here between absolute bedlam, and we see some guys give each other racing room and others do not. Ferguson's angry here. He's on the slide there into turn 5 and just manages to stick with McFadden. If you can keep it on the boards here at the moment, he'll get a hell of a suck down the back straightaway here for race 3. Oh my goodness, 7th and 8th, eat your heart out. Ferguson sideways as his Volvo is on a genuine wet day. My goodness gracious me, this is all happening.
Yeah, we're looking for the suck here down the back straight. I'll tell you what, a Japanese suck is something that everyone wants to get involved in at least once in their life. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars, all nose to tail down the back end of this straight. Andrew Ferguson with his elbows out this whole race. He's punted Matt Munro. He's a friend off track, so that'll be an interesting little talk behind the garage after the race. Don't you worry about that. But Jake Buttigieg has made a cracking comeback here from absolute bedlam in race 1. He was out there in the grass. He started 28th position in race 2. He's fought his way back now to 4th in race 3, and he'll be pushing to keep these guys behind. Dean Verrill looking very racy indeed. James Bullock, what a cracking show from him as well tonight.
Yes.
The Rangiat boys are coming in hot here in race 3. Jason McFadden, should I say. Poor old Brian's cousin getting his name wrong a couple of times tonight. Sorry about that, Brian's cousin.
But Matt Munro!
Ferguson and Munro have come together again. Nick Mole involved as well. All 3 of these cars off the track at the same time. This is horrible to see. You don't want to see it with 1:34 to go. All these guys were getting ready for an upper order start in the top 12 reverse grid. Now all 3 of them are outside of that, except for Ferguson. Where is he on the track? He's there. Munro is just behind him, 6/10 away, and he'll be looking to get around him in the last 2 laps to get himself on pole for race 3.
Oh, geez, it's all happening here. Matt Munro, the poor bastard. I'll tell you what, he's sitting there ready to go and wanting to get himself in the final positions. I'll tell you what here, a minute to go here, and just at the rate of knots that we can see happening at the moment, Nick Mallow at the front is now gapping. Fabian Fitness is not gapping. Nick Mallow is catching up to Fabian Fitness here. There is only 5/10 of a second between the 2 of them here. Wowee, this could be on like Donkey Kong here. It was a second. Matt Munro now got the brazen bits here between himself and Jack Ferguson, the junior Fergos. No love lost here between the 2 of them. That is a car just teleporting off to the pits. Tommy Wilson's had enough. He's out. And here he goes, Matt Munro. He's going to take 12th place here off Jack Ferguson.
Yep.
And got the job done here. Wowee. Back into 12th place here if they can get the side draft here between the 2 of them. Who's going to break first? No one. They both break at the same time. And Fergo just goes Daft Punk style. One more time around the outside. I'll tell you what, that was full Trailer Park Girl style there from Mr. Ferguson.
Oh. And
Falzon here gets at the fastest lap of the race, but the battle here is still on between the 2 of them. Oh my goodness gracious me. Fergo and Marmo absolutely neck and neck. Bees, dick and foreskin combined between the 2 of them there for the rest of it. Nick Mallow, however, is only 2.5 away here, and this kid's the final lap battle here between the 2 of them. Fabian Fitness just has to navigate this final round at this point in time to get the job done here for the rest of them. Oh my goodness gracious me, this is going to be close. Only 1/10 between the 2 of them. Fabian Fitness take a bow. Nick Mallow take a bow as well. Wowee. That was 2.5 seconds at one stage, and Mallow's just clawed his way through the field, said, thank you, I'll take P2, and just reminder where I am, son. Clayton Pine in 3rd, Buttigieg in 4th. What a cracking drive from Buttigieg. Ferrell Verrill in 5th place as well. Sandra's Lovechild 6th, Brian's cousin in 7th, Mr. McEwen, DNQ himself in 8th, the funeral director in 9th, and Schmerley in 10th place. What a race.
Oh, cracking stuff with Ferguson there in 13th with Mole, Bullock, Simons, Amon, Cook, Attard, Young, Park, Barber, Falzon having an absolute shocker down there with Scotty McEwen, and poor old Thomas Wilson is your DNF for tonight. But Fabian Fitness gets the job done here in race 2. Cracking stuff. Where did he start on the grid? I'm not too sure, but he's made up a number of positions to get there. I'm certain of. Nick Mallow up there in the picture there, everyone getting behind him. Poor old Matt Munro had a bit of a shocker, but he manages to edge out Junior Ferguson and get pole position for race 3. That is going to be exciting stuff. He'll be cheering about that if he can keep it on the track and finish it off with a bang. He'll be looking to, well, look at behind him. All the speedy guys are a little bit further back this time, so he will be in the hot seat for the win in race 3. But there's plenty of these guys that are willing to take it off him. Don't you worry about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, I think we're up to race 3.
Is that race 3?
I think we're done. We are absolutely done here for the night. Absolute Barry Crocker in the SimSational department here at the commentary box.
There you go.
That is race 3. That is done in 16 laps.
Go so
Fabian
quick.
Fitness has come out on top and said, thank you, I'll take all of the positions off you. That is it. What
Who's
a
the
Wednesday
driver
Cup.
of the day? Who are we going to give?
Driver of the day, look, I'm going to give it to Fabian Fitness. Absolutely,
We may as well.
dead set. He was the quickest guy in all of the sessions. He's come out on top in the overall points department. Driver of the day to Mr. Fabian Fitness himself, just dead set, punting it into the wall, doing a Shane Van Gisbergen trying to do the burnout style against the wall. Can't get it done with only his 150 odd horsepower, 600 kilos. Wowee. What an event we just saw. Fabian Fitness versus Nick Mallow came down to the wire. Clayton Pine in third place, a good 6.5 seconds behind those two. That is definite pace in the fair dinkum department between the two, and Buttigieg in fourth, Verrill in fifth. Wowee, what an absolute cracking drive from the both of those two guys. That is your Wednesday Cup done, won and run. I'll tell you what, it was fantastic being a part of that here at SimSational TV. Verrill fifth, sixth for James Bullock, Jason McFadden in seventh for your race three, Alex McEwen in eighth, and Ryan Nielsen and Schmerley inside the top 10. Fantastic results from all of them. 17 laps completed between nearly everyone in the field, all the way down to 19th place. That is some pace in the fair dinkum department. Fergo, Munro, Ferguson, Mole, Will Bullock round out your top 15. Ezra Simmons, the Malaysian Marvel, the Chef, Attard, and Trav Young round out your top 20 here for the final time here tonight at Tsukuba. 21st goes to Jimmy Park himself, the national himself. The haircut, Falzon, absolute Barry Crocker here from himself, and Scotty McEwen, Wilson, Philip Coates, and Sam Bensley. Round out your final grid, 27 cars, Christopher, on a Wednesday night at AK Racing. Where else do you find them? You find them right here on SimSational TV.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, for a lowly little Assetto course or a 10-year-old game, you still get the numbers out here in a midweek bash. We call it the midweek madness for fun because it is dead set. It's madness out there, whether it be the back end of the field getting right stuck into each other, or the front end of the field just sort of splitting the qualifying times by about 5,000s between the top five. It all comes down to it, and I tell you what, it goes hand in hand to the drivers that take part in it. Hats off to you guys. You make it all worthwhile calling on, and the people at home watching. Paul Buttigieg, Fabian Fitness, who watches while he drives. I don't know how he does it. Ron Marshall, one of the regulars out there as well. We got AMF Racing Community as well. I think you're new to the channel. At least I've not seen your name pop up. But thank you for the subscription and the support as well. Gearhead, one of the crowd favourites here at SimSational TV. Zach O'Reilly. It's all up to the fans tonight. It's been I'll tell you what, they're the real winners of this one.
Yeah, definitely. And when it comes to fans on and off the circuit, virtual world, in real life, whatever you name it, these guys are, and girls, are valued 100%. And Tsukuba has definitely given us 400% of racing ability and definite excitement that we have all seen tonight. And wowee, that is a sight to behold. Look at that, 54-second odd laps is a lap record, and we were doing them in 1 minute here in little go-karts on steroids. That is the talent that you see here at AK Racing, that's for sure. And when we see talent, there's no other better place to be than talent than here at SimSational TV. Christopher Munro has been himself, and Zach O'Reilly is myself, and guess what? You're not me. So good luck to you in the future. But regarding the rest of the season, we are off in another version of sim racing here at V8 Supercars on the weekend. Wowee, what a place to be. We are at Adelaide this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And that is going to be incredible for our next stream. Wednesday Cup is next week, as you all know. But by Jinga, by crikey, in the fair dinkum department, that will be something to behold, that's for sure. I'm excited here at SimSational TV.
Yeah.
And Christopher Munro is always excited. We are your man in the Combox here tonight. And what a place to finish off the SimSational Wednesday Cup. 3 races. Every single race gave us something to think about. And also, nothing in the prediction department got it right.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get those fantasy SimSational packs out to the guys that can predict the first 3 the top three in order, the trifecta. But I'll tell you what, you guys are going worse than, what's his name, Benny Scarf out there on Instagram. Dead set. He's down 100K, and I don't see it getting any better for him. So get your predictions in next week. Let's get this chat fired up. Find us. We've just ventured into the world of social media as well. As you might have seen in the breaks, we've got an Instagram. You can search for SimSational TV. We've got a TikTok account as well. So the CCP all over the broadcast now, watching for keywords. Yeah, absolutely. So chiming in are the Chinese government. That's fine if it turns out to be a positive thing. So get on the TikTok. If you're on that, look for us out there. We're SimSational TV official on TikTok. We will be coming soon on BlueSky and all the other things as well. So keep your ears to the ground out there on the social media train. But tonight, I am Chris Munro. My co-commentator is Zach O'Reilly. He's going to give us the outro that we all know and love.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Chris Munro, for being here in the commentary box with
My pleasure.
myself. And it's been an absolute pleasure to call it. Thank you to all of our viewers out there in YouTube land. Thanks to everyone who commented and subscribed tonight as well in the chat. Don't you worry about that. We love you all. And it's been a SimSational round here at Tsukuba for the Wednesday Cup. Never disappoints the Wednesday Cup. Aussie racing cars are 100% on the ball. But as always here, Christopher Munro puts the M in magnificent.
Oh, yeah.
And I am Zach O'Reilly, and guess what? You're not. But for the time being, until Sunday this weekend, live here at SimSational TV, it is goodbye and love you all. But as always here at SimSational TV, don't forget to keep it flat out.